He had nothing, yet he dreamed of everything. In a small village nestled between fields and forests lived a boy named Kiran. Poor and often hungry, he carried one great dream in his heart: to play the drum. Every festival, musicians would arrive from distant towns, their instruments gleaming. Villagers would gather in the square, dancing and singing. And Kiran, right at the very front, would watch the drummer, mesmerized. Each beat of the drum made his own heart race, each rhythm whispering, "One day, you too will play." But Kiran's family was very poor. His father worked the fields, his mother sold vegetables, and there was never enough money, not even for food. A real drum was an impossible luxury. Yet Kiran refused to let his dream die. He found rhythm everywhere. He tapped on stones by the river, used sticks on old buckets, and played on broken pieces of wood. The villagers would laugh. "Look at him," they'd mock, "the boy with a trash drum." But Kiran would whisper to himself, "One day, even this broken sound will tell my story." One morning, walking through the market, Kiran found an old water container tossed aside. Rusty, dented, useless to everyone else. But to Kiran, it was treasure. He cleaned it, turned it upside down, picked 2 sticks from under a tree, and began to play. The sound was hollow and rough, but Kiran didn't stop. Day after day, he practiced. The laughter of others stung, but his dream was stronger. Slowly, a rhythm was born from the emptiness. Weeks passed. Kiran would sit near the banyan tree in the evenings playing his broken drum. At first, no one paid attention. Then a few children gathered, and soon a few neighbors. One evening, as the sunset painted the sky in orange and gold, his rhythm became so alive that the crowd started clapping and children began to dance. An old woman smiled and said, "This boy carries music in his soul." From that day on, he was no longer just the poor boy. He was the boy with the drum. But life always tests those who dare to dream. When the great harvest festival arrived, musicians came with their polished drums, shining flutes, and golden sitars. Their music was powerful, perfect, flawless. Kiran held his broken drum in his arms and felt small. Doubt crept into his heart. Maybe they were right, he thought. Maybe I don't belong here. And then it happened. Right in the middle of the celebration, the skin of the main drum split with a loud tear. The rhythm stopped. The dancers froze. The music collapsed. The leader of the musicians shouted in panic, "We cannot continue without the beat." Silence fell over the festival. Then a trembling voice spoke up, I can play." All eyes turned. It was Kiran stepping forward with his broken drum. The villagers whispered. Some even laughed. How can that boy save the festival? But Kiran took a deep breath, placed his container on the ground, closed his eyes, and raised his sticks. Every moment of practice, every tear, every insult, every dream, it all lived in that one instant. And then he played. The rhythm was raw, but it was alive. It was strong, unbroken, unstoppable. His beats filled the air, guiding the dancers back to life. The flutes joined in, the sitars followed, and the festival roared to life once more. Laughter, claps, and cheers filled the square. And at the center of it all was a boy with nothing but a broken drum, making music that carried an entire village. When the song ended, the leader of the musicians walked to Kiran, placed a hand on his shoulder, and said, "This boy gave us back our music. His broken drum carries more heart than any perfect one." Tears of joy ran down Kiran's face. That night, he was no longer the poor boy who dreamed. He was the drummer who saved the festival. From then on, people came from far and wide to hear him play. Not because his drum was fine, but because his heart was pure. Even when offered new drums, Kiran continued to play his broken one. He would smile and say, "This drum taught me that gratitude and perseverance can turn nothing into everything." And the villagers carried that lesson with them. Greatness is not in what we hold, but in how we use what we have. So now I ask you, what is the broken drum in your life? What small thing can you use with gratitude to create something extraordinary? Leave your answer in the comments because your story may inspire someone else. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell, because here we believe every positive thought is a seed that blossoms in the garden of hope. Thank you for watching.